Good morning, Priyanta. Is Sir there?
He's at the bank, madam.
Sambat Online Banking. Convenient, easy, saves time. Sambat Bank. We present your future.
A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Lunchtime News. Coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst newsroom here in Colombo. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Let's start off with a look at the headlines. Printing of ballot papers for postal votes complete. 5 arrested for pasting posters in Kandy. Elections Manifesto of the United National Front for Good Governance unveiled. People's National United Front for Good Governance signs MOU with 5 organizations. Now on to those stories in detail. The Election Secretariat says steps have been taken to deploy around 200,000 officials for election duty. Additional Elections Commissioner M. Mohammed said around 120,000 officials are expected to be deployed for polling duties and 75,000 officials will be assigned for the counting of votes. The Additional Elections Commission added 25,000 police officers are expected to be deployed to polling stations. Meanwhile, the printing of postal ballot papers for the parliamentary elections have been completed. Government Print Council Gamini Fonseca stated that all the printed postal ballot papers have been handed over to the Elections Commissioner. He also stated that the printing of ballot papers for the public to cast their votes have been expedited. Meanwhile, Additional Elections Commissioner M. Mohammed stated that the number of accepted postal votes applications for the upcoming parliamentary elections have exceeded 25,000. He added that the postal voting will take place in 2 stages. Meanwhile, 5 persons have been arrested over allegations of putting up illegal posters in the Talatoe area in Kandy. The police media unit said the suspects were taken into custody around 4:30 this morning. A lorry and a stash of posters have also been taken into police custody. Police added that suspects were putting up posters of a candidate contesting from the United People's Freedom Alliance for the Kandy district. The suspects are due to be produced before the Kandy Magistrates Court today. Let's now have a listen to the views expressed by the leaders of political parties.
What is Mahinda Rajapaksa and his alliance saying? They are saying that they will make the basic salary 25,000 rupees. This is being said by persons who said that they cannot increase the wages. That was the same that was said for the private sector. The United National Party is here to send one clear message. That is, we will make a change in the country's economy and create 1 million employment opportunities within the next 5 years. We need your support, therefore vote for us. We are requesting for your vote to increase your own income. So the alternatives are clear. There is no issue on deciding which one.
අවුරුදු 5කින් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්නේ ඒකට අපිට සහයෝගය දෙන්න ඡන්දෙ දෙන්න ඔබේ මනාප ඔබේ ආදායම වැඩි කරන්නේ මේ එක්කම අපිට ඡන්දෙ දෙන්න කියලා අපි ඉල්ලන්නේ. එහෙනම් මේ විකල්ප දෙක පැහැදිලි. ඒ කියන්නේ කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. කොයි එකද කියලා තීරණය කරන්න.
දැන් ඔගේ සමෘද්ධිය 2500ක් දීලා බැසිල් රාජපක්ෂ මහත්තයා මාස දෙකක්.
Basil Rajapaksa was imprisoned for 2 to 3 months for giving 2,500 rupees to the Samurdhi. There were plans to provide 10,000 housing loans. It did not stop from there. The officials too were sent to prison. There is no law present today. There is only injustice. In the past, one was sent to prison after the case is taken up. But today, the person is sent to the prison and then the case is taken up. We did so many things that we thought which cannot be done. We still have the hope that we could make a difference in the country. If we do not make this change to the people of the country at this decisive moment, it will be like looking up and spitting on your own face. These people lived for 60 to 65 years with all these problems, and if this continues, they will have to live for another 30 to 35 years with the same problems. Therefore, we on behalf of the people of the country should make this change.
Well, you know that we are just a click away. If you want to know what's latest in the political arena, you can simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. Now, here are some of the views expressed in the political arena.
Mahinda Rajapaksa is full of rage. Why is he full of rage? He is surrounded by persons who have various allegations leveled against them. Are you going to hand over the future of your children to such persons? Are you going to elect a group that is yelling out for the post of Prime Minister? The white-collar thieves will suffer defeat at this election. The central bank bond issue was exposed to the country. The goods and the case both belong to the same person. There are risks. We were able to bring about a situation where Mahinda Rajapaksa will contest under the symbol of the beetle leaf.
Mahinda
Rajapaksa has committed wrong and are punishable by law. If the investigations are to stop, Mahinda Rajapaksa must come back to power. If he fails to do so, he will face the consequences. Therefore, to save himself from this, he needs to say something to the people and attempt to come back. But he cannot.
On the
18th morning, Mahinda will win and we will have a majority of over 115 members. Elect people who can stand on both their feet rather than the 10 or 15 individuals who moved the alliance that cannot form a national government. They are attempting to revive the politics of Mahinda Rajapaksa. Will life be given to one family or 5.5 million families? The decision is yours to make on the 17th of August.
පවුල් 55 ලක්ෂයකට පණ දෙනවද කියන එකයි ලබන අගෝස්තු 17 වෙනිදා තීරණය කරන්න.
අද රටේ නීතියක් නැහැ. නීතිය ආණ්ඩුවත්.
There is no law in the country. The law is in the government's hand. That is why this is time for us to break away from this situation. If Ranil Wickremesinghe's government lasts for 5 years, none of us will be spared.
රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්තයාගේ ආණ්ඩුව තිබුණා නම්
The election policy manifesto of the United National Front for Good Governance was unveiled to the public this morning at the Viharamadevi Theatre today. The election manifesto has been titled 5 Points Program to Create a New Country in 60 Months, and the event was held under the auspices of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Meanwhile, People's National United Front for Good Governance signed a memorandum of understanding with 5 organizations today. The MOU was signed between the Restaurant Owners Association of Sri Lanka, the Alliance for Protecting Consumers and Farmers' Rights of Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka Unites, Movement to Protect Commuter Rights, and the National Movement of Dairy Farmers of Sri Lanka.
The People's National United Front for Good Governance, of which I am the leader, has engaged in an important task today. That is reaching a memorandum of understanding with groups that have engaged in a number of struggles in the country. We will support Susil Kindelpiche at this election without presenting any terms and conditions. We will also support the People's National United Front for Good Governance. We hope that he have a bright and successful future. Some of the leading political parties did nothing for the country. The media portrays that they did wrongs. However, persons like this have always worked towards the children of this country. We have taken a decision to support him, and we will work towards his victory.
2 individuals who had a stash of heroin in their possession have been arrested in Badovita, Mount Lavinia. The police Mir unit said that the arrest was made following a tip-off received by the Mount Lavinia police. A stash of heroin which weighed at 2 grams and 250 milligrams and another which weighed at 700 grams and 100 milligrams was seized by the police. The suspects are scheduled to be produced before the Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court. Apple's former creative director Ken Siegel will hold a conference on the 24th of July in Colombo on the sidelines to discuss strategies which optimize business impact and competitive advantage through simplifying branding marketing and product design. News First, Joel Outscone caught up with the chairman of Slascom, Jantha De Silva, and general manager and head of digital of Virtusa on the sidelines of the arrival of Ken Siegel.
Hello and welcome to this special interview with me, Joel Outscone. Well, you're all aware that Ken Siegel will be in Sri Lanka, who is the former creative director of Apple, on the 24th of July, which is a Friday. To speak more on this, we have with us two personalities who I thought would give you a better idea as to what this initiative is all about. So we have with us Mr. Jantha De Silva, who is the chairman of Slascom, and also Mr. Madhu Ratnayaka, who is the head of digital and also the general manager of Virtusa. Mr. Jantha, my first question would go out to you. As the chairman of Slascom, why have you come up with such an initiative to bring down the former creative director of Apple, Ken Siegel, to the island?
Yes, first of all, Slascom is the chamber of the IT industry, and we act as the catalyst of growth for the industry. So bringing Ken into the country is very significant, we feel, because a person like Ken could share his knowledge and experience with business leaders and all the stakeholders of the industry. So we have planned 3 major events for the 2 days. One is the first one is for the academics and the universities, and the second is a CXO event, and the third one is for the professionals.
Thank you, Mr. De Silva. Well, Mr. Madhu, my next question is to you. You have been in this industry, you're still in this industry of digital. So how would you think that bringing down a personality such as Ken Siegel, who is the former creative director of Apple, would help the audience who would be at this event, which is on the 24th of July?
So Joel, let me give you a little background about what this is. If you think about what's happening around in the space of design is now becoming a language of business, right? What has been a luxury, only restricted to luxury products, now everything has a element of design, and it's becoming a necessity if you want to build a world-class product or service. And when it comes to design, I think at the heart of design is simplicity. Really being able to distill a great product or service requires you to look at simplicity in a completely different way. And there's no other company than Apple who had been able to really use simplicity as a competitive advantage and make it a business philosophy in how they drive business. So as a country, as we set up to really build software product and services out of Sri Lanka, it's very important that we inculcate that same ethos of simplicity and design in our products and services. So we thought there's no better person than someone like Ken, who has been intrinsically involved in the design process and the marketing branding process at Apple, to come and share their knowledge and ideas with the audience here. So I think it's a very significant opportunity for the people in marketing, people in technology, people in design in Sri Lanka to hear from Ken about the Apple story and story around many other companies that he had worked with. I hope this opportunity will be used by many and join us on Friday and share the experience that Apple had into design work in Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Mr. Madhu. Well, those were their thoughts, and that is what they had to tell. So now it's all left up to you. So come and join all of us on the 24th of July, where Ken Siegel, the former creative director of Apple, will be revealing to you several insightful facts on his life, and I'm sure there's a lot of learning for you to take home. So for more details, log on to www.kensiegelin.srilanka.com. Thank you for stopping by. Have yourself a great day.
Still in local news, UNF candidate of the Gampa district, Arjun Ranatunga, says that he has paid the fee for the use of his official vehicles for the elections activities.
The fee of the 2 state-owned vehicles the minister utilizes was made to the secretary to the Ministry of Ports and Naval Affairs, LP Jampati. The minister later addressed the media. We are in need of a different political culture in this country. Therefore, I decided to pay the fees for using the 2 state-owned vehicles I have. And I also need to mention that 580 employees were released from duty to work for former President Mahinda Rajapaksa during the presidential election. As a result, this institute incurred a loss of 41.1 million rupees. This ministry or the Ports Authority has not employed any of its employees for this purpose. We decided on this to safeguard the trust the people have placed in us and as a stepping stone before we take over after the 17th of August.